If there's one collective thing us human beings can all agree on, which is a miracle considering everyone likes to argue on the internet, is that we like comfort. Whether that be your favourite t-shirt you like to wear after a long day at work, or your favourite blanket that you snuggle up in before you go to bed. The one that you've had for far too long and it's coming away at the seams, but you can't throw it away because you have had it so long it's become part of the family. Or comfort like your favourite home cooked meal that just hits even harder now that you're an adult and can't remember the last time you ate something that wasn't a takeaway or shoved in an air fryer. Needless to say, us human beings like familiarity, and that doesn't change when it comes to the media we like to consume. Whether that be music, TV, movies, or yes, like I'm talking about today, video games, and those games we like to call comfort games. So what do I mean when I say comfort games? Because that term can be defined very loosely nowadays. Most people, when I say comfort games, will be thinking of something like this. Low stakes, relaxing games such as Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley are quite often the poster childs of comfy game genre. In fact, Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley do it so well, they have inspired a lot of other games that are also comfort games for a lot of people. Now I know what you're thinking. I think this guy's got his terms mixed up. I think he's mixing up the term comfort and cozy. And you know what? You're absolutely right. By definition, a comfort game is a game you can keep coming back to because of familiarity. A game you keep coming back to because even if you've had a hard day at work or the pressure of life starts to get to you too much, you can play a comfort game and escape from reality for a bit. And a cozy game is a game which is supposed to be low stakes and relaxing, something you can play continuously or over and over and over again. And yet, when I say the definitions of them both out loud, they're very similar. I've always just clumped the two together, because the way I see it is that if a game is cozy, it's comfortable. And if a game is comfortable, it's cozy to you. Like to some people, Dark Souls might be their comfort game, and to most people, dying 35 times and throwing your controller against the wall isn't their idea of cozy. But to me, playing a game, even as challenging as Dark Souls, is comfortable to me, because it's familiar. I know what to expect, I know where each boss is, I know where their weakness is, I know what builds are the best to use. When I play Dark Souls, I'm cozy. I apologise for this overly long side tangent, but that's what I define as a comfort game. What do I mean when I talk about the danger of comfort games? Well, life is an unpredictable thing. You never know what is around the corner. Uncertainty is plagued by all of us, and most of us working full-time or being in full-time education, as well as having a social life to maintain, as well as other commitments. It's just a lot, man. Life is hard at times, so when life gets to you, it's easy just to slip back to a game you know like the back of your hand, whether that be a multiplayer game you have played for hundreds of hours, or a single player game that you've played over and over again. Because it's easy, it's comfortable, but before you know it, that's it. You're stuck in a cycle, where you're constantly playing and replaying games that you're familiar with. It simply asks the question, when do you have time to experience anything new? That might sound a little melodramatic, but it's so easy to get stuck in the loop, and before you know it, you're playing the same games over and over and over again. FIFA, Call of Duty, NBA, Fortnite. Games designed to consume your life for hours and hours at a time. You play them that much that in your head, they become a comfort game. And yeah, some people really do love these games, and that's fine. But I notice a correlation with these types of people. The people who get stuck on playing just FIFA, Call of Duty and Fortnite are the same type of people who claim that gaming is dead, and there's nothing new and exciting coming out. A take that I wildly disagree with, but that's another subject for another video. These sorts of gamers are harming their own perception and love of gaming by continuously replaying and playing games known as comfort games. And I don't just mean your FIFAs, Call of Duties or Fortnites. I mean the people who go through the Souls games 5 times a year, or play the Resident Evil series start to finish over and over again, or people, such as myself, who has to go through at least 3 of the 3D mainline Zelda entries just to feel something. See, even I'm not innocent of being caught in the comfort game limbo, but I found a personal way to tackle it. End of 2022, I started to realise the pattern. I was just playing and replaying a lot of games I had already seen the credits to countless times over, and I looked over at the pile of games just sitting there in my backlog, thinking to myself, wow, What would it be like to actually play the games I buy? And what kind of experiences have I yet to experience? Perhaps one of these games I'm yet to play could become one of my favourite games of all time. And I don't know it, because I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 1 yet again. So I made it my mission, in 2023, to try and only play new games, finally get through that backlog, and try and make some new experiences, and I would document my progress posted on my game log every time I completed a new game, or in one instance when I went back to a game to get a platinum trophy. This way I could see how many games I beat in a year, how I felt about the game, and what I gave it out of 10, and to finally get out of this hole of familiarity and comfort. I found myself in and pushing myself into new experiences, and you know what? It's perhaps one of the best decisions I ever made, and made me fall in love with the industry all over again, at a time where I was very much not. I did not stick to my promise completely. I still replayed some of my comfort games from time to time. Because I'm only human, they're comfort games for a reason. But I set myself a rule that if I played a comfort game, I had to play something new next, and that became such a good compromise to me, and I've got to experience some games that have become all-time favourites that I had not even touched 2 years ago. I followed this same rule in the way I consume TV and movies as well. I think it worked because I'm gaining new experiences, I'm making new memories, I'm loving gaming and watching things so much more than I was 2 years ago. Of course, the point of this video is not to make you feel bad about indulging in your comfort games. Comfort games are important, and I'm never going to stop playing any of my comfort games. And neither should you. We've only got a limited time on this sphere of gas, so if you want to play games that bring you happiness and comfort, do that. Don't listen to the random British guy on the internet that barely knows what he's talking about. All my intentions is to maybe push some people out of their comfort zones a little bit to try new things, because there's some really great games out there, and it would be a shame if you never got to experience potentially your favourite game ever because you got too comfortable in the comfort zone. If you stayed to the end, thank you. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and if you disagree with anything I have to say, I'd love to have a discussion in the comments. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again.